These are the files we've been supplied with, and tax one evidence has been created. Yes, the web we did that for the web authority, and the video also be in the link as well. Okay, and yeah, and this is a good opportunity to congratulate all the May June 2025 candidates. The result is out. Especially those who enrolled in the private tutoring. Some of your results I've seen them. You sent them to me. Some of your parents have called, screaming, thanking, and all that. And it's been good because as of this recording, right now, I currently have. I'm going to give you the statistics. I currently have 42 A stars. 42 A stars and 64 A's. Wow. Wow. And each of them, I think two parents with specific has scored top in country. The other one called for Learners Award, 99%. And I know best in the world. So when I see these results, I'm so happy. Really, I'm so happy because of what we have put in. Ajiro Tech came into this as an idea, and we've been able to together collectively, we've been able to help students across the world. So I just want to congratulate you people. Keep the result coming in, right? These are the results I've gotten so far, right? Just to congratulate all of you for the work done. And you can be next. If you're preparing for October, November 2025, you are next in line to have that amazing result. These are students who have enrolled into private tutoring. What are you doing? Right? Enroll and see the result yourself. Okay, we keep to our words. Okay, so have fun with that. All right, so let's get back to it. That's just enough talk. Let's get back to what we are doing really. Okay. All right. So evidence document has been done. Okay, we've done file management. The video will be in this description as well. All right. Okay. Task 5. You would assist Tower Racing to analyze performance data when testing their racing cars. Open and examine the file trotest.csv. Okay. trotest.csv. Okay, the first thing I'll do is to click here to select all and then double click. This in as column, this in as row. This is what? Your formula bar. Okay. Place right align in the header, the text created by. So I'll just highlight it. Of course, in your exam, you don't have the luxury of doing that. Right align in the header, so insert under the text, right align in the header, and I'll paste it. Followed by a space, then your name. Come on. Center align. Your name, center number, candidate number. Okay, sorry. Okay. Place in the footer the text created on. Place in the footer. They didn't specify where, so we can do it. Put it here. Created on. All right. Followed by space. Automated date. Space. Then the at. Space. Then automated time. So you can see when this paper was done. Okay. Save this spreadsheet with the file name test data underscore followed by your center number underscore candidate number. So I'll copy this. Now, If you if the header and footer is active, you will not be able to switch to your normal view. It will be grayed out. So you need to make it inactive. And that means you have to click outside of it and then you can switch to normal view. Okay. So let's save it as a spreadsheet file. And if the reason why we are doing that is if it's in CSV, you would have possible what data loss. You will lose your data, especially your formulas. So you want to avoid that. File, save as, and I'll paste this here. Test data. My center number is AN017. Candidate number is 2025. Change this to what? Excel workbook. And I'll save. Enter the missing lap numbers in column A. Enter the missing lap numbers in column A. Okay. So where are we stopping? Well, we're already given a pattern here. So I will just highlight this and then replicate it to here. Okay. Place a replica formula in cell F14. I think we'll move this here. To calculate the time in second. To calculate the time in second taken for this lap. So this will be 60 times the C14 here, right? So this will be C14, which is what? The minute, right? And then we're not going to what? Add. We're going to what? Add the seconds and then add the thousands of seconds. Does that make sense? So, okay, let's do this. They said, so we have 60 plus, let me get a calculator so you can understand what I'm saying. So we have 60 times 1, okay, plus the seconds plus, okay, so here we have this equals to 60 because it's seconds, right, times what? This times C14, okay, plus the seconds then plus the thousands of seconds, sorry, plus this, then plus this, okay, and then we're going to divide by this 1000. So this is what we have, 71. Are we together? Now this is what I'm saying here. So you have 60 here. So 60 plus 14 is what? 74. Okay, 74. Now you are going to divide this. Look at it. Look at it. Watch. Let's say, for example, if the minute is equals to 1, second is equal to 40, and thousands of seconds is equals to this. So you are now having 1 minute equals to 60 seconds, right? So you are converting it to 60. So you have 60. I want to do this math together. So we'll understand this math together. So you have 60 here plus 14. This will give you what? 74. Now, thousands of seconds, which is 484, will be divided by what? 1000. Okay, which would now give you 484 divided by 1000, which would now give you what? 0.484. Now, this will not, this thousands of seconds, because you want it to be seconds. So plus 0.484. Let's do the calculator here. Okay, so this will what? 74 plus 0.484. Is that correct? So this will give us what? 74,484. Can you see that? That's how we got this. So it's not magic, right? So I'm not applying the same principle. That's the reason I say, okay, for us not to convert this to seconds, it will give us 60. So 60 plus these seconds will be 70 what? Will not be this, right? So it's the same thing here where we have this is 71, then dividing 718 divided by 1000 will not give us this. Okay, so it's just a simple math, really. Okay. Display the data in cell F14. Okay, to 3 decimal places. Three decimal places. So it's already on 3 decimal places. But just in case, 3 decimal places. Replicate this formula for all labs. Done. And this as well. Copy this. Paste it here as well for all labs. Done. So if you look at it, they are all 3 decimal places. Insert 10 rows between row 1 and 2. Between row 1 and 2. 10 rows. 1, 2. And 2 more. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Move the content of cell H13 to H20. H13 to H20. Move. So that's cut. Move the content of cell this into cell A3 to A10. So I'll paste it here. All right. Merge cell A1 to F1. A1 to F1. Format this merge cell with a black 36 point, on a yellow background. On a yellow background. Done. Merge cell A12 to F12. A12. A12 to F12. Format to row 1 to row 13 of the spreadsheet to look like this. Okay. What font is this? Hmm, this looks like area. Serif. Yep. So everything here is what? So everything is serif. Everything is sans serif rather, not serif. Sans serif. So everything is sans serif. Okay. Because of the G. If you look at the G is a giveaway. Look at the G. Make sense? That's how you know them. You identify them. Okay. So let's start with, I'll wrap this and then adjust this and then bring this down. Center the line. And yeah, just center the line horizontally. Bring it down a bit. Test data for supercharger. Okay. So there are some things I have to adjust here. 13. Wrap it. Center the line. And also middle align. So thousands of seconds is wrapped. This is not. They're all in one line. Lap time is also in one line. So I think this is what we need to reduce. Yep, correct. So this is right aligned. I've not forgotten this. I just want this top. Yep, it's better now. This as well is here. Okay. So this is bordered. This as well is bordered. Adding borders to it. Adding borders to it. Adding borders to it. Okay. So from 14 downwards remains the same. What about this as well? I forgot this. Add it. So let me do this. View. Take off the grid lines. So I can see what I'm working with. Let me print this. Let me check the print. It looks a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. Good. That's what they want. And I like giving them what they want. Okay, but if you can just put any border, even if it's tiny or not, it's still acceptable, right? As long as you put a border, but it's always important to try to see how it can look like this. Okay, so let's go ahead. Place in cell B3. Okay, so that's B3. To display the fastest lap time from the data displayed. Fastest lap time. Okay. To show you that we are correct, look at the values here. 484, 675, and you have them here as well. So just to show you. So for us to get the fastest lap time, and we'll see that here, talking about mean and max. Their functions. Now we'll talk about max, talks about to find the highest. Mean is to find the lowest. But when it comes to lap time, lap is race. Look at what it says. It says what? They are racing car. So it's race. So the if the person got there in 50 seconds, somebody got there in 80 seconds, who is the fastest? 50, right? If somebody got there 60, the other person got there 120, who is the fastest? 60. So do we now say we now use max? Because max is going to give us 120. So no. In this case, the fastest becomes what? The minimum. The lowest number is what? The fastest number. The fastest car. If your parents drop you in school by 6:30, and another of your friend came to school 8 o'clock, the other friend came 10 o'clock, who came early? You came early. So you're the fastest. So we use minimum. Are we together? Okay, so here you have equals to mean, fastest lap time, right here. Shift control, arrow down. And then I have this. The next one. Place in cell B4 a formula to display the slowest lap time. Now, the slowest lap time will be what? Good. Max. Because your friend that came in by 10 came late. And why? Well, you can ask your friend. All right. Okay, so that's max, the highest number. Right? So this will be what? Equals to what? Are we getting this thing, please? Equals to max. So I'll select this. Shift control arrow down. And I'll do this. Hit on enter. A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdXL and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about and the fees really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, um, and also for the EdXL. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdXL E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time, even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com and they will reply to you. Step 17. Place in cell B5 a formula to display the average lab time. So this will be average equals to average. And average what? Just displays what? It's right here, if you're wondering, right? It calculates the arithmetic mean of a group of what? Numbers. The arithmetic mean of a group of numbers. So here you have the lap time, shift control, arrow down. You can use the formula bar to make your modifications easy. So this is good. Step 18. Place a formula in cell B6. Right here already. To display the numbers of laps where the supercharger was on. To display the numbers of laps where the supercharger was on. Now, that simply means that we want to count how many, right? To display this, to display the what? The numbers of laps, the number of laps. We want to know the number of laps. Numbers of laps where the supercharger was on. For those who on their supercharger, right? We want to know how many of them. Now, what does count does normally? Let's look at count. Now watch this. For count, it counts numbers. But now look at this. This is a number, I know, is a number. But look at this. There is a criteria. And the criteria is what? On. And because there's a criteria, what do we have? We have a countif. Right? So here it is used to count the numbers of cells within a range that meet a single condition. And this function is very useful for quickly tying numbers of times a specific criteria is met within a data set. So to count numbers of cells within a range that meets a single condition. And this is a good opportunity to talk about the combo plan, right? The teacher's combo plan, because the teacher's combo plan is something I've developed over the years, and I'm not bringing it together to make the work of the teacher easy, because I know it's not easy. Teaching so many students and everything, it can be overwhelming, and you need time. And that's why the ICT combo plan is available to teachers, right? It has all the slides, interactive quizzes, questions I've prepared over the years, my personal notes, etc., etc. It is a whole lot of it, right? And we're going on this price for now because the price would definitely go up. So if you're a teacher and you're watching this, you really want to get a copy of the combo plan. You can send a message to the sales team. Right there, you see the email there, ajirotech@gmail.com or info@ajirotech.com, and they will reply to you and give you all the necessary details, and then you would have access to the teachers combo plan. Really, you really don't want to you don't want to miss the opportunity. And with their new materials that are prepared, right? Department has prepared. Automatically you get a copy of it without paying anything. So which is really really good. Okay. So now we have the count if. So this is going to be equals to count if the supercharger was on, right? Okay. They say what? They want to count, let me see. Count a formula display numbers of laps where the supercharger was on. So this count if shift control arrow down, comma, in quotes, on. Please type it exactly the way it is. On. Let me check. I want to be sure that's okay, that's it. And then close it. Done. Okay. The next one. Place in cell B7. Many B7. A formula to display numbers of laps where the supercharger was off. Okay, that's equals to count if have it shift control arrow down, comma, then we have off, then we have close. Are we having a good time? Okay. Step 20. Place in cell B8. Okay. A formula to calculate the average lap time when the supercharger was on. Can you see that? And that will be what? Average if. Average if. Now this is what average if is. So you see it somewhere here. That's some if and average if. Now the average if calculates the average of numbers in a range that meet a specific condition or criteria. Can you see that? That meets what? A specific what? Condition or what? Criteria. So here you have this. So here you have equals to average if. Now look at this. To calculate the average, other one they said numbers of laps. Now I said average lap time. Now this is the way it works for average if. You have the range, the criteria must be found in the range, and then you have the average range, which is the number. Okay, good. Now they said the average, so we're calculating what the average lap time. So we want to know the average lap time where the supercharger was what? On. So here you have the range here is this. Shift control arrow down, uh, comma, then quote here on, and then the average range, which is what? The lap time. Shift control arrow down, and then we close it. That's what we have it. All right. Step 21. Place in cell B9. Where is B9? Okay. A formula to calculate the average lap time when the supercharger was off. The average lap time. So that's what an average if. Okay, so you have this supercharger. The criteria is off. I want to be sure that I'm typing it well. Okay, yes, I am. And then the lap time. Shift control arrow down. There you have this. Okay. Step 22. Place in cell B8, B10, right? A formula to display, okay, that SC means supercharger success if the average lap time were faster with the supercharger on, or to display SC failed if not. Now look at this. Now we are going to display a formula to, we want to display this, but only if. So we're using an if function. Now let's look at if function. When we talk about if function, it returns one value if a condition is true and another value if it is false. We're not talking about instead if, you're talking about just if function. But for us to know if it's true, there must be a logical test. There must be a mathematical operation happening. And if that mathematical operation is satisfied, then the value becomes true. If it's not, it becomes false. So in this case, we want to know that to display SC success, and if the average lap time were faster, the average lap time, take note of this. Let's look at it. The average what? The average lap time. The average lap time. Let me see. If the average lap time were faster with the supercharger on, or to display failed if not. If it was to display success if it was faster with supercharger on, right? So if it's faster with the supercharger on, right, success, or failed if it's off. Because remember, we have looked at the average. So this will be equals to if. What could be in this? Equals to if this right here is faster, right? Is faster. If the supercharger, look at it, let's look at it. They said if the average lifetime were faster with the supercharger on, so if this is less than this, remember, this is race. So if the on is less, it's faster. If it's more, it's not. If I could be able to have a lap time of 40 with supercharger on, and with supercharger off, I have 70, on is faster. But if the charger with supercharger off, I had 30, and supercharger on, I had what? 40, then it failed. Because supercharger should be faster now, right? It should be faster. With supercharger, that means it should accelerate. So something is wrong. Are we together? Something is wrong. So if the supercharger on is less than supercharger off, okay, then by all means, the true value is going to be what? SC what? Supercharger what? Success. That's what SC means. Supercharger. SC what? Success. Okay, and I have to put it in quotes. Take note. Okay. Comma. Else, the first value in quote, supercharger what? Failed. And then I have this. So we can see that it's failed. Because with supercharger on, it should be faster. But that's not the case. Save your spreadsheet. I'm going to save it. Now, a lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have um, you know the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, um, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, um, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdExcel E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level, mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they will reply to you. Print your spreadsheet showing the formula. Showing what? The formula. So I'll click on formula. Show formula. Click here to select all. In between A and B, double click. So you ensure that your formulas are showing. Okay. File. Print. Printout is in landscape orientation. So landscape. Okay. Rows and column headings are displayed. So page setup, sheet, rows and column headings. Content of all cells are fully visible. Yes, we have. Okay, that's fine. So I'll print this. And I'll click on print. Um, so this is printout of spreadsheet formula. Okay. I want to open it and see how bold that thing is. And let me check the question. No, it's too bold. It's too bold. So the first one is okay. Yeah. I wanted to check because most time if you look at the Excel, it was looking okay here. But you print it, so the first one is okay. The first one is okay. I just wanted to check. The first one is okay. Okay, so I'm going to reprint this again. Save your work, reprint. It's important to always check your work. Always check your work. So let me come here and refresh. Better. Can you see that? Yeah, that's what they want. So you always check, please. Always check, right? Always check. So don't just do something and say you are done and then always check. Always important to check. Okay. Because in the spreadsheet it was looking okay and then you printing it, but I would just want you to see. All right. So the first one is okay. All right. All the formulas are showing. Okay. Moving on. Print your spreadsheet showing the values. So formula values. Select all, then double click. So we need to adjust. I hope you are learning. It's important to know these things. It's not just solving a past paper. When you have these issues, you don't know what to do. So that's why we are different, because we want to make you understand. So we have to go back and check. Supercharger, minutes, seconds, lap time a bit. No, thousands, thousands of a seconds. Okay, I think that's fine. So we have what? Test. Okay, I think I have to bring this down a bit. No, it wasn't middle align because it wasn't middle align because if it was, this one would drop and then it will go down. So it wasn't. It wasn't middle align. So I'll probably just drop it a bit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the way it is fine. I just wanted to be sure because there was spaces here, but the one is still where it is. All right. Okay, I think everything is fine. Yeah, I think everything is fine. So it's just to check. So we have this to check. Um, all right. So we have this, right? Yep, everything's okay. So let's print our work. Now, what are we printing with? Now, look at what they said. They said fit on a single page, print out its portrait orientation. So print, portrait orientation. What again? They said rows and column headings are not displayed. So there's another way to do it for rows and column headings. You can go here to page layout, order the print section, uncheck this, right? Under headings, you see select options here. Select option section, file, print, and then you have it there. Okay. Um, we're not giving what alignment is this, so that's fine. We can just leave it the way it is, right? Okay. And I'm just checking really that we just set to 3 decimal places, right? And we did that. Okay, that was this for here. Okay, so we did that. We did that. All right. So I'll print our work. Right. All right. So I'll print. So this is going to be what? The printout of what? Spreadsheet what? Value. And I'll save. I'm going to open it so we can see our work. So this is it here. Right. So this is it here. And we are done. Right. Now one thing we need to do here is to print the evidence document. Now we're hoping that we'll have it there, but obviously if the task force is printing evidence document, that simply means that there's not going to be any evidence document in the spreadsheet. Habit when to be sure. So we're going to print our evidence document. I'm going to take this off and then we'll print it. Okay, so I'm going to print this here. So file, print, and I have portrait is important. All right, so I'm going to print this. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to print. Okay, so this is for this one. So this is going to be the printout of the evidence document. Evidence document. Okay, so I have this and I'll save it. All right, so let me open it as well and check. So we have this, right? So overall, I feel this spreadsheet is a little bit is better than that of 3.2 because 3.2 was a little bit technical. There was one step that had a little of technicality, but I think 3.1 is far better. I think 3.1 was just a little bit straightforward if you apply the right logic. I think it was a bit straightforward, and then we're done, right? Thank you for watching, and please do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can have amazing notifications when we have new content, and do well to share this video and YouTube channel to your friends. Would you do that for me? Right? Because I want them to learn. I got a message during the May June about a student who stumbled upon the YouTube channel when it was close to the like few hours to the exam. He said, "Sir, I'm just seeing this YouTube channel right now." So please, that's the reason why we say you should share. Share it to your friends, to your classmates, so that they don't get that last minute surprise that, oh, something like this exists. Please do that for me, right? And that's one of the best gifts you can give to your classmates, because when you share it to them, you're not only giving them that gift, you're also helping them to become better. And if they become better, then you're a good friend. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.